if you have not heard this before, here I am telling you. But do not take advice from people who are not in places you want to be. You can choose who you wish to listen to, because of course we all have those people. But when it comes to it where you want to be, surround yourself and listen to people who are in positions you want to be in. Everybody goes through phases in their life, and you go through moments that are temporary. Your situation right now is temporary. It's not forever. You will change. You can make it happen. You have to just put in the work or find somebody that can guide you in that direction. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Best Life by Youth, the podcast dedicated to helping you overcome challenges around nutrition, mindset, training, and well, all of the above. I'm your host, Julia, and today I want to spend some time asking you reflective questions for 2025. Yes, we're starting to get ourselves ready for 2026, and I really want us to take a moment to spend time on what we did well in 2025, what we maybe struggled with, what things changed that we weren't expecting, what things maybe that we were able to accomplish on our own or with somebody. Before turning the page to a new year, just take a moment to pause and reflect. I'm going to ask you a few questions, and I do want, yes, this episode is going to be kind of quick, but pause the episode after every question and just answer. Take a moment to journal, take a moment to answer it with a friend, with a partner, with your kid, whoever you can answer to, or you can just focus on answering it with yourself or in your own journal. But I'm going to be asking these questions, and I really want you to just take a moment to respond to them. So again, feel free to pause the podcast throughout, but we're going to get started. So what did this year teach you? Every challenge, win, and detour carried a lesson, even the ones that felt uncomfortable. Again, the question is, what did this year teach you? And I also encourage you, as you look at each year, think of a word of how you want the year to be. For example, for me, 2023 was unstoppable. 24 was, no, what was it? My word of the year for 2024 was unstoppable. My word for the year in 2025, this year, was flourish. And next year, the word that has been pressed upon my heart is intentional. So what I did for all my clients is I sent them home with I'll actually show you guys for anybody watching the YouTube version of it. My word of the year is, and then what that means to me is, for me, it was intentional, or my word of the year is intentional. And what that means is everything I spend time on will be towards a greater purpose. I'm no longer going to be doing things just to do things. I'm going to do things that bring me joy. I'm going to do things that bring me and propel me closer to my future. And it might be sacrificing, some of my time. It might be sacrificing times out with my girlfriends. It might be, I've been single for quite some time, and I am okay continuing to be single, because if this is where my life is headed and I'm doing the things that I want to do, I want to do more of that, and I do not want distractions. So think of a word of the year. So again, mine is intentional, whatever yours is. Let that press upon your heart. Think of a definition of it. And also reflect on, what did this year teach you? For me, I'll go for myself. 2025 was a huge year of teaching me how to do things alone confidently. When I say that is, I, in 2024, went down this huge path of I can't do this because I don't have a boyfriend. I can't travel because of this. I should be taking rest, but I'm not taking rest because I could be doing this. And all I learned, or a lot of what I learned of this year, is to really focus on becoming the badass businesswoman I want to be. And truly, I'm turning into that, and I'm choosing the people I want to surround myself with that are going to help get me there. And I know I've said this advice on the podcast before for anybody listening. And if you have not heard this before, here I am telling you, but do not take advice from people who are not in places you want to be. If you are listening to the person who is in thousands of dollars worth of debt, and they're giving you financial advice, you can listen to them, but I personally am not going to be listening to them. I'm going to be listening to the person who is a multimillionaire, who has great investments and is doing exceptionally well and runs a business. So you can choose who you wish to listen to, because of course we all have those people. But when it comes to advice on where you want to be, Surround yourself and listen to people and truly take in their advice of people who are in positions you want to be in. So that's another thing I will say. I really stopped listening to the noise around me of where I need to be. And I'm 30. Why am I not in a relationship? I've been single for a while. And why am I not doing this with my business? Why am I not doing this? Not many people question, because I truly do surround myself with good people, but that is something to think about of who you're actually surrounding yourself with. I have become very, very intentional of choosing people I want to invest my time in. Okay, next question. What drained you and what filled you up? Awareness is power. Use it to guide what you carry into the next season. So one more time, the question is, what drained you and what filled you up? And if you are not sure of any of these answers, if you're like, oh my gosh, I don't really know, I wasn't aware of that. Going into 2026, my challenge for you is to focus on after you hang out with friends or after you go to an event or after your day of work, ask yourself, am I drained or am I excited and filled with energy and joy and positivity? And I have my girlfriends that genuinely fill my cup. What I do in my business, every client call, I'm so lit up after my calls. I feel energized. There are other things in 2024 that I minimized because it was draining my energy. Or certain people, I hate to say this, but they were muted or blocked on social media because I was like, I don't need to be draining my energy or using my energy, getting monopolized or monopolizing my time by scrolling on their page and seeing what they're up to when they don't even want to be in my life. So I'm like, why am I doing this? It's just draining me. So I challenge you to really reflect. If you do not know that answer, then please make sure you have that awareness going into 2026 because you in general want to be filled up, feeling good. And if you're not sure what drains you or fills you up, just go into different situations, hang out, going out to the bar, whatever you end up doing. Maybe it's the gym should feel good, but like maybe it's the kind of gym you're going to. Are you feeling good after you go to that gym? So reflect on those bits. Next question. Where did you grow? Growth isn't always obvious. Sometimes it shows up as resilience, patience, or choosing yourself. So once again, where did you grow? For me personally, I had said this earlier, I have grown a lot in my business. I've grown a lot in valuing myself, which I'm still working on because I do struggle with my value. And I've had multiple clients tell me that I need to value myself more. And that is something I want to work on and I am working on. And I've hired people in my life and I have a team in my life of people who are helping me grow. So for you, if you feel like this year was not a year of growth, which I do believe every single person in this world grows in some respect. Maybe it's growing from a situation. Maybe it's not taking BS, which that's another thing. I have really good boundaries and I have set really good boundaries in my life with people I do not necessarily want to invest time in, more so men. Let me just say that, like dating kind of things. I'm referring to dating. And I was like, I don't want to be doing this. I'm going to set boundaries. And I have these boundaries. I have these expectations and I want to make sure I stay true to myself as well. Growing as a businesswoman, of reaching out for help, of acknowledging when I'm tired, acknowledging when I need to maybe raise my prices, acknowledging when I need to not answer that text at 9 p.m. at night. So there's still a lot of growth that I'm working on, but I can easily say 2025 was definitely a year of growing and challenging myself. Okay, next question. What are you ready to release? Old patterns, expectations, or stories that no longer align with who you're becoming. Maybe that release is defending other people and speaking up for other people and not valuing yourself or not advocating for yourself. And that was something a couple years ago I really struggled with advocating for myself. And I want to release that. I want to be a huge advocate for myself, know my needs, and be able to communicate them. And that's something I truly encourage you guys to do as well, of looking at things that you're ready to release. Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe it's romantic or platonic relationship. Maybe it's a job that you know it's draining you. And if you're able, mean the job market's hard. So I'm not telling you to quit. I'm not telling you like, hey, just quit your job, because I'm not that person. And I would never impose somebody to do that unless they had something else set up. Like Me personally, you might be even more of a risk taker than I am, but I would not do that unless there was savings in my account and I had something else lined up or as a backup. So when I left my teaching job, I had savings, which actually I ended up blowing through because I had to move out of my apartment, go live in I had to move out, and all my money went for moving expenses that I had. I was like, no, at least I'll have coaching. At least I'll have that income. I do have my clients. So there was that cushion as well. So that's something I'm just going to encourage you guys. Think of what you want to release. And also for habits and nutrition, maybe it's, I want to, release drinking alcohol, or I want to release going out every Friday night and spending $100, or I want to release this mindset that I can't change, because you can change and you will change. So next question we're moving into, what do you want more of in the year ahead? Do you want more peace, more strength, more connection, more joy, more clarity, more intention? What is something that you really want to focus on for 2026? And for me personally, what do I want more of? Am creating a team to help me grow my business and build my business, and to value myself more and create better boundaries around that of my work schedule. I am planning on taking off every Sunday of the year, unless I, of course, have to. Like, if I have to work, I totally get it because I love what I do. But that balance and boundary bit on Sunday, I'm really going to be intentional to take that time for myself. And also funny, because I am a nutritionist, I'm a coach, but I don't always meal prep. I don't have it perfect. Like, I really don't. And do I eat greens every day? No. Do I eat berries and fruit every single day? No. But I do try to have it at least 5 times a week. And, next year it might be, I want to hit it every day. I do want to have some sort of green every day, some sort of probiotic, some sort of fermented food. And that's something that I am working on. And everybody goes through phases in their life, and you go through moments that are temporary. Your situation right now is temporary. It's not forever. You will change. You can change. You can make it happen. You have to just put in the work or find somebody that can guide you in that direction. So thank you, everybody, for listening to our recap and listening to me go on a little bit of a tangent for this last episode of Best Life by You for 2025. I look forward to what's to come in 2026. So thank you, everybody, for listening. If you're not subscribed, please do subscribe, and God bless. Happy New Year, everybody, and continue to keep living your best life. I hope you all enjoyed today's episode. If you would like to continue to get these episodes first thing, then go ahead and subscribe to my channel on YouTube and on Spotify under Best Life by You. If you're interested in working together, y'all can go ahead and visit bestlifebyyou.com/work with me, or go ahead and follow me on Instagram at NutriFitJulia. Send me a DM, or just follow for more information, fun tips, and just a lot of humor. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Let's continue to live the best life by you.